There's this uncle of ours. He came and he went to a particular corner of the compound, picked a stone, got clean water, put the stone inside, and then boiled it. And he gave me particularly to drink. I took it. After the whole incantations and all he did, my cousin and my brother were asked to remove their clothes. We were put on some combination of some herbs on our body, and I was told to follow him. I'm being possessed. His house is actually in the forest. In the forest, he saw a plane. For me, I saw a plane, a shooting star. And he was like, "This is your people. They are there in the plane going around." In the bush, he cut some grasses, some plants, and gave me to chew. He's saying protection. He's saying these plants are going to help me from the attack. I will not get any pains anymore. Anybody that is following me, and then even the spirit in me is going to leave. He took a sharp knife and put to my throat, asking me that I should tell him the truth. Is it that I'm trying to use the sickness to draw the wealth of my family?
Where was your mom all this while?
I was not even given the chance to go close to my mom because she was tagged a witch.
Why was she tagged a witch?
We went to Massacre, to a prayer house.
What are some of the strange things you saw there?
Somebody died there.
In your presence?
Yeah, somebody died there in that particular place. It was really a problem. They had to keep him in a room whereby he was there for 2 days. He was actually swelling up.
So when he died, they hid his body?
They said I was in a secret society. I tied my grandmother. I had to agree that yes, I tied my grandmom. I was forced to do fasting that I, as a child, could not go.
And you went 3 days without eating, without drinking?
Without eating, without drinking, without nothing.
Have you ever blamed anyone for this condition, for sickle cell, apart from the textbook definition? What is this condition? Hi, I have a good news for you. The good news is that subscribing to the Yellow Mic podcast is absolutely free. Free. You just have to hit that subscribe button. Nshe Velnoe David.
Yes, sir.
You're welcome to the Yellow Mic.
Thank you.
Yes. You have seen many battles in your life, and one of which is you discovering your status of a sickle cell warrior, right?
Yeah.
How does it feel? What's the pain like?
Most of the times, mine comes in piercing mode.
Piercing?
I feel like I'm being pierced in my bone, like, whereby I can't walk at some point. I wouldn't be able to walk. It's just going to be like a blink of an eye. I'm strong. I can walk to my door at a particular minute, and then when it comes, I don't, because of the pain. It's piercing. It's like a hitting pain. Someone is chiseling your bone, kind of, because of probably lack of oxygen passing through your bones, and it's really excruciating. Yeah, it's painful. Your spinal cord is going to be like someone is hitting it hard with hammer. So that's it for me. At some point, I feel like I am being tied up. Like my flesh is being cut and my bone is being tied up, and then it returns into my flesh. That's kind of pain. Yeah, that is how I feel mine. When it comes, at some point, it feels like someone carries a stone and puts in a particular position of your body. You can't move. So that is it for me.
Some people get support from their family, and then after a while, their families now begin to feel like, oh, this child is a burden. Have you ever felt like you were a burden to your family?
Well, my family has been supportive. Yes, they have. I really appreciate them for all they do, you know. But because I am human, I feel there is more to be done. But at some point, I get to understand that they are really trying their best. They are really doing their best, because there is no crisis or no pain I feel that they would not say, okay, what is wrong with you? Anytime I feel they see that I am dull, they ask, what is wrong with you?
Have you ever blamed anyone for this condition, for sickle cell?
Yes, I had blamed my parents, but at some point I got to understand that it was not their doing. It's because they did not know. Because if my parents knew, I don't think they would have.
Did you speak to them about it?
Yes.
What did you tell them?
Yes, I told them how I felt, and they told me. That was how I got to know that no, they did not know.
In your experience now, apart from a textbook definition, what is this condition?
It's a genetic condition. Yes. And the myth that says when you grow to a certain age, it leaves you, or you overcome it. No, it doesn't. It's not like that. It's a genetic element, an element of the blood. The red blood cells being sickle, not strong to produce hemoglobin as it is as a normal person, and then coming to fight with the white blood cells that are supposed to be the engine room, of the body, trying to supply. So
what are other myths that you think people think when they hear sickle cell?
I've had a lot of people saying when you eat a lot of vegetables, yes, it kills the SSG. Yes, vegetables helps in our blood. Yes, it does, but that's a myth. And then saying that when you go to the pastor will pray for you and the ailment will just vanish. Or just, yes, God works in mysterious ways, but at some point it goes with belief. So the myth that when you just go and then the pastor lays a hand on you and then you get healed, and also taking some concoctions, I would call them. I've seen the recent one that has been going around is the one that you would mix egg with lemon and then whisk it and then drink. I'll be like, there is a reverse kind of chemical reaction in that kind of combination, lime and egg. No. So, and then some people say when you boil some herbs, it flushes the, So those are myths to me.
Have you ever been taken for prayer?
Yes.
Tell me about it.
I was on holiday in the village. When I just graduated from secondary school. So we went to the village for my grandma's Thanksgiving. And I felt my family is educated and intellectually sound. So I felt they know about the condition. Not until that day. I remember that particular day, I was asked to go to the market with my cousin to get some foodstuffs. And when we came back, there's this uncle of ours that is, that year they would tag him the herbalist or Babalawo. So he came and my aunt called us to come into the house. We came to the house and we were asked to sit down. And then they talk about witches, witchcraft came up, that our neighbor is a wizard, because of me. When I came, I was healthy. At some point, I started becoming pale. So we were asked not to even play with the children. And he went to a particular corner of the room, of the compound, picked a stone, got clean water, put the stone inside, and then boiled it. And he gave me particularly to drink. Well, I took the water. I don't know how to call it. Is it stone water or water stone? I don't know how to call it. How can you boil stone and then ask me to take the water? I took it. After the whole incantations and all he did, my cousin and my brother were asked to remove their clothes. We are put on some combination of some herbs, on our body, and I was told to follow him to his house because I'm being possessed. He took me on his bicycle and we were going. I was like, okay, uncle, where are we going? I should keep quiet. So they are using me to talk now. So we went into the particular forest because his house is actually in the forest. In the forest, he saw a plane. For me, I saw a plane or a shooting star, and he was like, "This is your people. They are there in the plane going around." So in the bush, he cut some grasses, some plants, and gave me to chew. He's saying protection. He's saying he's going to these plants are going to help me from the attack. I will not get any pains anymore. Anybody that is following me, and then even the spirit in me is going to leave. He took a sharp knife and put to my throat, asking me that I should tell him the truth. What is really happening to me? Is it that I'm trying to use the sickness to draw the wealth of my family? A lot of things. We went to, I would say, an abandoned compound. It's like a compound that the Fulani men were before. I think they were pushed away. We went to the compound. He got a mortar and he asked me to sit on it. That they are going to come now. That they are going to follow. I'm going to follow them. I'm going to ride on the mortar and stuff like that. Well, after the long nights, that was when we were going to his house. These things were happening concurrently. So we went to his house that night. I slept. I woke up in the morning. He prepared a concoction for me to take my bath with. I took my bath with it. I was practically half naked. I was just on my panties. Then there's these small yams. Yeah. So he was saying that's the only thing I can be on, and a pap. He actually they grinded the pap with some herbs. So I spent 3 days at his place.
This was with the knowledge of your parents?
My mom did not know of it. My dad did not even know of it.
Well, where was your mom all this while when you were taken away for 3 days?
Well, my mom, they had an issue with my dad, so they were at that point going through divorce process. So
are they currently divorced?
Yes, they are going through divorce process. So I was not even given the chance to go close to my mom because also she was tagged a witch. So
tell me, why was she tagged a witch? Is it in relation with you?
It's in relations with me, and then an incident in the community we were in Shandam at that moment.
What happened?
She was an elder in the church. There was this notion that one of my friends, that he slept and he saw her face. She came and she tried to kill him, and then at that moment, the talk of witches and wizards was a big deal, So it was actually a problem, though with other issues that I don't know. Yeah. So it happened that she was reported to the church. The church did not. For me, the church did not really take it well, and it got the way it got, and then my dad actually filed for a divorce and stuff like that. So So when I came back, that was when my dad knew that I went to my uncle's place, and it wanted to create a problem. But then my auntie was saying, no, something was happening, blah blah blah. There are a lot of things that were happening that he was not aware of, so he should not really talk. And then it just went by like that. And it happened that the day of the Thanksgiving, I think a week after the whole episode happened, I got stung with another crisis, and then being it in the village, it was really hard to get to access some drugs that would really be used to calm me down.
Yeah.
And then it aggravated the notion that yes, the people have come because I've gone, and then he had done some rituals, so they wanted to test me the last time, So that was.
So when you were at this witch doctor, right? With this witch doctor's place, was it just two of you?
No, he had children.
Tell me, children?
Yes.
They were staying there?
Yes.
They also came for...
No.
They were his
children. And then, his children were there, and then some people were coming and going back for the 3 days that I was there. They were coming to get herbs. They were coming to get consultation,
What are some of the strange things you saw there?
In his house?
Yes, when you were there.
Well, he did not have a shrine kind of setting, but in his apartment there were calabashes, I would say totems of different shapes, different sizes, and then a little candles here and there. The kind of modern shrine for me at that moment, because of the kind of shrine I watched in Nigerian film that year.
Yeah, of course, the shrines in the north are different from the shrines in the south.
Yeah, so that kind of, and then he particularly doesn't allow his kids enter that particular place, and then he goes inside using his bag, and then before he comes out, he does some incantations in my tribe, and for the 3 days I have been with him, I did not see him take his bath. I did not see him eat. Yes, I did not see him eat, and most of the time he was with me.
For that 3 days?
Yes, most of the time he was with me. He doesn't even allow me to go and ease myself. When I am really pressed to ease myself, that I want to, he doesn't allow me to do that until when he wants me to go and ease myself.
Does he follow you?
Yes.
To ease yourself?
Yes.
Even when you need to go to toilet, he will follow you?
In fact, even when he went to the farm, I followed him to the farm. He was working on the farm, and then I was seated under a shade.
And you never saw him eat?
I never saw him eat.
You never saw him take his bath?
Until when he came, he brought me back home. That was when my aunt was selling this normal bukutu, the locally made bukutu. So that was when, before he took me home, he stopped at a place, took a bowl or two of it. That's like 3/4 of it. Then he placed me on his bike, and we came back. In fact, I came back to town with my panties. Yes. He took me on my bike with my panties. Everybody was asking, is this not so son? Is it not so son? Yeah, he was like, yes. Man, he just went and did some things. So that was it.
Wow.
Yeah. And then subsequently 2003, 2004, 2005, we went to Massacre. Yeah, to a prayer house.
A prayer house?
Yes, in line with the witches and wizard stores, plus the
who took
elements. My whole family. My mom, my dad, my uncle actually brought up the.
That was before you went to the shrine?
No, after. Okay. This was when I was in my JS class. when I went to the shrine was after my.
I thought you said your mom and dad were not together anymore.
Yes, she was asked to come, and she came.
And your
to the
dad
prayer
was
house.
also there?
Yes,
Your
almost
uncle.
all my family were there.
Tell me, what happened in this prayer house?
Okay, I was in school when my auntie called. My brother was sent a message to bring me back home in Shandam. So when I came back home, then the next day she came and we were going to Lafia. When we went, I thought it was a refugee camp kind of, until when the prayer woman came and started praying on people of different ailments. In fact, somebody died there.
In your presence?
Yeah, somebody died there in that particular place. It was really a problem. They had to keep him in a room whereby he was there for 2 days. He was actually swelling up until when somebody alerted, I don't know whether an ambulance facility, or probably because the woman felt it was going to cause a problem to her, that they came and picked the body of the man.
So when he died, they hid his body?
No, they kept him in a room.
They kept him there?
Everybody in the camp, I will call it the camp, knew that this man died, and they kept him in the room, in a particular room.
They didn't take him to a mortuary?
They didn't take him to a mortuary. In fact, the day...
What about his family members?
His family members abandoned him. They brought him and abandoned him there, because they said he is possessed. He's drawing their riches and stuffs. So it was a very rough experience, very, very bad one. But then, so when I got there, I was told that, okay, my mom said some things, revealed some things, and my name was called out, and the woman called out my name, that my mom possessed me.
What was the thing your mom said? What did she reveal? Did they tell you?
She said that yes, she was giving, but I felt it was just speculation after all the stuff that went on. And then, in the past years, that I knew that it was just a fraudulent act, the woman just used people to just get money, because she, at some point, it became an issue for the national state government. They actually were looking for that woman and her accomplice. So I don't know whether she was caught, but then...
Yeah, you were saying that they said your mom said she did...
Yeah, they said she was given by her mom. She was initiated by her mom.
Into witchcraft?
Into witchcraft. That she vomited some rings they gave her to swallow. Even with picture evidence. Yes.
They showed you those pictures?
Yes, they showed me. There was a picture that they said she put her hand in her throat, she vomited rings. But for me, when I grew up, after the whole scenario, years later, I got to understand that, no, my mom did not vomit anything. What she vomited was as a result of her not eating, and she was forced to vomit something out of her system.
Did she tell you that?
It was blood. She did not tell me that, but after seeing the picture, after doing all the logistical
when you put one and two together,
I felt no, it was not it. It was just a misconception, and then a lot of lies that was being told to my family.
Did your mom accept that she was initiated?
Of course. If you went through what she went through that time.
Okay, she was under duress.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
After that, what happened? You were prayed upon. Did they give you any items to use?
Just prayers, and the follow up from her, from the woman's co-apprentices or co-pastors came to the house when we came back to Jos, prayed. In fact, they said I was in a secret society. I tied my grandmother, doing the hand going back and going for stuffs. There is this I- because of how I was at Durex, I had to agree that yes, I tied my grandmom. I was forced to do fasting that I, as a child, could not go.
How many days?
3 days fasting, no water, no food.
You were not even breaking the fast?
I was not breaking the fast.
For 3 days? How
Yes,
old were
with
you
my
then?
condition. I was 15 or 16.
And you went 3 days without eating, without drinking?
Without eating, without drinking, without nothing.
Without having your bath?
Without having my bath too.
Tell me, well, I've heard people who did that kind of fasting and died. Matured people did that kind of fasting and died. But you survived, right? In this prayer house, what name were they praying with?
Jesus.
Really?
God.
Wow. They
Yes.
didn't mention any other kind of names. So they genuinely believed that they were
Yes.
Christians and they were doing these prayers.
Yes.
These people, do they collect any money for these prayers?
I believe so. But I've not seen, I did not see my family paying them. But I know that all their expenses, because at some point they came and stayed in my own house, in my uncle's house where I was with him.
That's in Nasarawa?
No, in Jos here. In Holshe.
The prayer people?
Yes.
They came and
after
stayed?
Yes, after coming back from
Yeah.
the massacre,
They followed you?
they followed, yeah. 2 of her pastors came to the house where my grandmother was brought from the village because she was sick. And at that moment, they were saying it was part of the sickness was witches and wizards, which was taxed was taxed to attached to my mom and myself because of the condition, of course.
As a Christian, have you ever felt like you were being played on either by God or by people in the church or your family?
Well, I would say I was played by my family, my uncle. And then I would say yes, I was played by my my aunt too, because they were part of the people that felt this is actually a spiritual stuff, not really a medical condition. They made me feel because of me, my mom was passing through what she went through, so and then my uncle at some point was using the church, because he was a church person. Yes, at some point, yes, I got into the church because of him too.
But he was the
Church
same person
activities.
who took you to this witch doctor?
Yes. No.
It's
my
a different
aunt.
aunt.
My aunt.
That's your aunt?
Yes.
Right. So your uncle now used the church?
My uncle used the ministry to take us to massacre.
Right.
For the woman. So the shrine was before the massacre.
Okay.
Yes. So that was it. And at some point I got, I would say it pushed me to get connected to God.
Wow.
Because at some point I was like, okay, let me see it. If it is really witches and wizards, let me get into the church.
Wow.
Let me use myself to fight them myself. That was when I got the knowledge to start understanding the condition, and then to know that, okay, if I fall ill, if this pain comes this way, it is because of this that I did. Because I did not manage myself. You understand? So I know my triggers. I know what I am to do and what not to do.
Yeah.
That would spike an episode.
What are your triggers, and what do you do to avoid coming down with like an episode?
Okay, basically my triggers is malaria.
Malaria.
Yeah, and also acute chest syndrome, like cough and catarrh. once I am close to anybody that has cough and catarrh, and then I get infected and I don't manage it well, it actually triggers the pain for me. And then malaria actually triggers the pain. Mosquito bites, and there's stress too triggers pain for me. So I think these are my triggers. So I don't and lack of intake of water too. So I actually try and regulate myself, towards those things.
Have you ever done a full year without having a crisis?
Yes. I was doing a countdown 2021 to 2022. I did not fall ill till 2022 to 2024. I think I did a year plus, 7 months or so. Yes.
Because you knew your triggers and you were managing yourself.
I was managing.
So you think it's possible to manage yourself well and not have that frequent, okay.
Yes.
Or maybe a mild episode.
Yes.
Right.
Mild, it comes. Mild, it comes. I don't particularly know some of the triggers, but sometimes it just comes like a mild pain, mild headache, and then it comes with its own contradictions. I can be feeling pain in my back and my hand cannot move.
Yeah.
So it depends on how mild the crisis comes. But for me to go into the hospital to be bedridden because of a crisis, I did a year, 7 months. Yeah.
So normally, like if you're bedridden in a hospital, do you have a rough idea of how much you end up spending on average?
The last time where I was transfused the blood, we spent 450,000 plus
for one episode.
Yes.
Wow.
And I spent just 2 weeks in the hospital. At some point, it gets more than. I know for a fact when I was operated upon, think roughly I would say we spent nothing less than $1 million plus.
What?
Yes.
I didn't really know that this is how much you will have to spend sometimes when you are in the hospital managing this crisis. What kind of medicines do they give you that cost so much like this?
Most of our medications are controlled drugs
for pain.
For pains, and then also for bacterial medications.
Why do you think you were born this way, and for what purpose, and what do you think you have to achieve?
In regards to this element, is actually to advocate, to give awareness to people,
right.
Knowing the fact that I am going through this.
Yeah.
And then every sickle cell patient has a unique way it happens to him or her. So I feel my purpose is to preach the word, reduce the long standing ignorance on sickle cell, and also to impact humanity, to go beyond my condition, not to see myself as a burden, not to see myself as a person living with this condition. To see myself as first human.
Sometimes, it's difficult for us to accept the conditions we have already. It's difficult for us to move on. Because this is not a condition that prayer can change. It's majorly. I think maybe prayer could change it for some people.
Yeah,
maybe there are people who have had the experience of
I've
miracle.
heard people that they say they were healed through prayers, through
and they verified and they were healed.
Yes.
Right.
They verified by going to redo tests. Some people their own change. Probably I would say some people they believe at some point would make you feel that you have. So I would say because of the services we have and then the kind of hospital management we have, whereby test results get switched,
Yeah.
so probably some of them, I would say, those are their own miracles, because they felt they had, not knowing that it was a switch from the facility.
Wow.
But some, yes, yeah, it happened. In fact, I know of a woman that she followed me down the bus because she felt I was running away from telling her what was happening to me. And then she felt that because her daughter was sickle cell carrier and she's now healed because of the kind of therapy she has been doing for the daughter, the green leaves stuffs, eating, taking of water, and prayers. That was what she told me. It actually followed me to my house and told me things to do that would help out. And yes, I am following some of the things she said, and it's helping out too.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow. So you think you were saying that there are people whose test results are switched with other people?
Yes. Probably the carelessness of lab technicians.
Yeah.
When my result came out when I was little at 5, my mother was told I was a sickle cell carrier because of the episode they went through with my elder brother. She did not believe it. So we were going on doing running tests, So I remember when I was going to JS1, I was told to do, that was me doing a test after being told that I was a sickle cell patient. And the result came AS. And for the whole 2-3 years, I was feeling, I'm SS. Until when an episode, stroke, when I was in JS2. Like I nearly died. Another episode too. I nearly died because my mom, when my mom came, when she saw me, she just started crying. In fact, even the people in the car were saying, this. In fact, I remember that vividly. Immediately after the Haipang roundabout, one of the women in the car stopped the driver and told my mom to get me Maltina to take. If not, I would not enter Jos. So immediately when we got to the hospital, my mom was thinking to take me home, but no. She was just told to just take me to Plateau State Hospital. So when she got there, the doctor said I was to be transfused. My dad was called immediately to come. My mom all I was told was that I nearly kicked the bucket. Yes. So the occurrences of me nearly dying had happened more than once. Yes. In fact, at some point I felt I'd gone. Because of the pain, because of my numbness, because I cannot even feel my body. So, yeah.
What do you think people are getting wrong about sickle cell? Is it something that I can trust God even if I know that the person I want to marry, both of us, our blood is not compatible and we could give birth to children with sickle cell? Because I've heard people say that they're hoping for a miracle, or there's a drug they can take that will help prevent.
I have been to a wedding whereby an invited reverend, did not actually go on with the wedding because the couples were sickle cell carriers. The couples, to them, they felt they are strong believers in God. They had the faith, even if they marry. No, we have. I am in a community whereby a lot of warriors come up to say, this is what my parents did, because they felt they believed that God is going to give us a non-carrier, going to change our blood miraculously. But no, they are living with the pain and are blaming their parents every day for it. So I wouldn't suggest that anybody should go ahead because of the belief he has or she has. because it's actually a real thing over here for us. It's actually not good, to see that someone is going through pain and you can't help him to get over the pain. In fact, there are some times that even drugs cannot stop the pain for some. The myth that comes with saying that when you reach a certain age, you're going to overcome it. Some people still believe that. Some people still, in fact, intellectual people still believe that. But then I get to give awareness. I get to educate my friends. I get to, once I meet you and you, even my friends that I have not spoken with on genotype basis, I get to ask, okay, do you know your genotype? Okay, what's your genotype? And they say, it's AS. They don't even know what AS means. They don't even know what it entails, And some people even contradict genotype and blood group because there is no awareness to some people about this, most especially in the villages, whereby we have people just marrying for marrying's sake. They just want to get to marry and then get to procreate. But in procreation there is wisdom when you meet the right person, compatible person.
The other question I have for you is, who should marry who, in your opinion? Who should marry who and who should not marry who?
Okay, it's not going to be in my opinion, because the AA genotype should marry the AA genotype. The AS can marry AA. AA can marry SS. AA is compatible with AS. AA is compatible with SS. AA is compatible with AA. And then AS is not compatible with with SS. AS is not compatible with AS at some point because of the strong trait in one of the sickle cell gene. So,
have you ever heard of SS marrying an SS?
Yes. In fact, my friend passed away last year, and her mom is SS. Her dad was SS. They married with the notion that God is going to do his miracle. Even in her mom's condition, she insults, she stigmatized. In fact, before she died, she went through hell before she died. Her mom would always insult her, raining insults on, saying she's pretending whenever a crisis comes up. And she's the kind of a person that she has frequent crises than I do. So in fact, in a month she can go down like 3-4 times, and it's going to be severe. It's going to be very excruciating. At some point before she died, she had like close to 10 transfusions. Yes, she will be on her hospital bed crying, sending messages for help, people to help contribute some money to get pain reliefs, to get pints of blood, to get fluids for her, to get food. Sometimes she takes herself to the hospital. The mom doesn't follow her. Sometimes she would be crying, she would be in pains, but the mom would be raining insult on her. So,
what was her name?
Her name was Miracle.
May her soul rest in peace.
Amen.
What would you say, given some form of stigmatization that's happening, discrimination? Yeah. What's your advice to the world about how to handle people living with sickle cell?
First of all, I would want to say to everybody out there living with sickle cell,
Yeah.
the person has a living cell. That's one. you're actually a human being
Yeah.
before the condition.
You're not less of
You're
a
not
human.
less of a human. So I would advise the world out there to treat, a sickle cell patient with care. Everybody is unique in its own way.
Yes.
Yeah, some people, some of us, yes, they pretend, but when you see a honest warrior, you would know. For me, being educated, knowing the effects of some of these drugs,
Yeah.
knowing what to do and what not to do, I would not say I would want to pretend. I've seen people that, yes, they abuse that privilege, because I would call their own privilege, because they have people that love them, that show them the care, the love, giving, be it financial, emotional. They would want to feel, because people are showing me the care, let me do what I want to do. And then it makes other people around feel all of us are the same. But I would want to advise that the world should stop the stigmatization.
Yeah.
Because we did not put it to ourselves. Yes, ignorance of some people made it that we get ourselves to be the warriors we are called to be. But then, we are human. Any new person that I tell him, okay, I am a warrior, that doesn't know what the symptoms or what seeing a warrior at the first glance entails, like, the coloration of the eye. When you see you say, okay, this guy, it's either hepatitis or sickle cell. They should see us as humans, and we can do whatsoever anybody can do. Yes, why we can't do that is because of the stress, or of the gravity of the work it's to be done. But intellectually, we are sharp. I think I've not heard of any research that says sickle cell warriors are dull. Almost all, everywhere I go to, anybody that hears that I'm a sickle cell warrior, before or after speaking or after doing anything, I say, no wonder you are this sharp. We thank God that, yes, you don't have a particular part of you being full, but another part you are being compensated with. Just as like the blind person is blind, but is very sharp.
Other senses
using other senses up. So that is, so I would love that they take us as human. Give a chance to a sickle cell warrior. Once he comes to tell you that he can do this, give him a chance. If you see he can't do, you tell, okay, no, you are pushing yourself, you cannot do this. But that stigmatization that we can't do this, we can't do that, it actually kills, it actually breaks the spirit.
Yeah.
It actually limits one from going out there. And I believe that I want to urge that working policies should go around to accommodate some of us, because I can go down in an episode and do 1 month before I recuperate and come back to fully work.
Yeah.
As it has happened to me, though that was my first time having gone through that particular contradiction for me. But there are people that can go 2 months to recover from and a condition. Come to think of, when somebody has a hip replacement because of the condition of sickle cell, or you have a bone marrow transplant, or you have a stem cell, you would not be expected to be going back to work. You have to be managed. So the system should give policies that would help, that would cope with those of us that have this condition, that can help us manage ourselves, and then we can come back to work and say, okay, we are back to work. Not that, because just as, for example, for my sake, that I had to leave all the physical jobs I was doing. For the period of 3 months, I was not going out. Even if I would step out of my house, it's just to probably receive fresh air and come back inside, because I cannot walk 5 steps from my doorstep. You know, and I have work to do, but I cannot go to the office.
Yeah.
So thank God for the remote system that is working. That was one thing that brought me up, that removed the depression, the frustration of not going to work, you know, having to have some other remote jobs to do online, you know.
Nshe Velnoe David, thank you for fighting this battle with your head up. Even, you know, one thing I picked, you said something, you said this pushed you more towards God. For what you've been through, it would have been easier to say it pushed you away, but it pushed you closer. And you are a climate change advocate. You're an actor. You just graduated, finished your NYSC.
Yeah, I finished 2023.
2023, okay, yeah. So you're an actor, you're a climate change advocate. Those are very important work that you're doing, trying to save the planet. Many people walk into this world, they don't have any condition, but they start their journey, live even sometimes to old age, and they die off without even making any impact, without thinking of the society, the environment. But you, even with the condition you have, which is enough excuse for you to just fold your arms and be lazy, you choose to work, you choose to go out, you choose to speak up, you choose to do all of this. Thank you for what you do. Thank you for being a part of destiny and being a part of making Nigeria a better place. And thank you for stopping by and sharing your amazing story.
Thank you for having me.
Right. Hi, I have a good news for you. The good news is that subscribing to the Yellow Mic podcast is absolutely free. You just have to hit that subscribe button.